All right, if you're building in Web3, let me ask you something. Have you ever had that feeling, that nagging sense that even though your tech is brilliant, something just isn't clicking? You've shipped the code, you've done the work, but the growth just isn't happening? Well, let's dive into why that is and what you can actually do about it.
Oof. Yeah, I know. That one stings a little, but it's a brutal truth we've got to face. The most elegant smart contract in the world, the most groundbreaking algorithm, it means nothing if it doesn't connect with actual people on a human level. And understanding that, that's the first step. And this is the paradox that drives so many founders absolutely crazy. You're sitting there watching projects with what you know is inferior tech just take off, building these huge communities, while your amazing product is just sitting there. It feels totally unfair, right? But what if I told you it's not luck? There's a method to the madness, and we're about to unpack it. Okay, so here it is. This is the big reveal. You've been fighting the wrong battle. The war for growth, it isn't one in your code editor or on GitHub. It's one with these three pillars: your story, how you get that story out there, and the deep belief your community has in you. These are the real engines of growth.
Yeah, if you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone. This is the quiet frustration of so many amazing builders in this space. So let's pull back the curtain on what's really going on and give you a whole new framework to think about growth. All right, first things first, we gotta dismantle a huge myth that holds so many Web3 projects back. It's that whole field of dreams idea. If you build it, they will come. Well, guess what? In Web3, that is just not how it works at all. And clinging to that idea is one of the biggest roadblocks you'll face. This right here, this is the core mistake. We're builders, right? We fall in love with the elegance of our own solutions, the beauty of the architecture, and we just assume that everybody else is going to see that same beauty. But here's the secret. Users don't buy what you built. They buy why you built it and what it means for them. So, okay, if the code isn't the silver bullet, then what is? The real levers for growth, they're all about human connection. It's about moving beyond the what of your tech and building a real bridge to the who, that community of people who are going to champion your idea and carry it forward. And this is our roadmap. It's a simple three-part framework. That's it: narrative, distribution, and trust. We're going to break down each one, and we're going to start with the absolute foundation of everything: your narrative. Okay, let's be super clear. Your narrative is not your feature list. It is not your technical white paper. It's the story. It's the soul of your project. It's the thing that grabs people's imagination and makes them want to get involved. I mean, just think about your own experience. You're scrolling through Twitter or you're in some Discord, right? There are a million projects flying past you. You've got, maybe 3 seconds to make someone stop and listen? Your narrative has to instantly answer their one big, unspoken question. So what? Why should I care? It's your one shot. It's that emotional hook. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Look at the left side. That's the tech speak. Decentralized protocol with sharding. I mean, that speaks to other engineers, maybe. But on the right, we're giving artists true ownership. See the difference? That speaks to people. One is a feature list, the other is a mission. Which one gets you fired up? That's the pivot you need to make, right there. All right, so you've nailed it. You've crafted this amazing, powerful story. That's awesome. But a great story that nobody ever hears? Well, that's just a secret. The next piece of the puzzle is distribution, actually getting that story out into the world. And when I say distribution, please, I am not just talking about buying some ads. It's about the intentional, strategic act of finding your people where they already hang out. It's about building pathways for your story to travel. And in the weird, decentralized world of Web3, those paths look very different. So how do you actually do this? A few key things. First, you have to find your tribe. Don't just scream into the void on Twitter. Go immerse yourself in the Discords, the forums, the subcultures where your people live. Next, create rituals. Things like weekly town halls or AMAs. Give people a reason to keep showing up, to make you a habit. And most importantly, arm your evangelists. Make your story so simple and powerful that your first fans can't help but go out and tell it for you. And that brings us to our last pillar. And honestly, this might be the most critical one of all: trust. Because you can have the best story, you can get it in front of all the right people, but if they don't trust you, they're gone. Trust is the glue that holds your entire community together, especially when things get tough.
It's kind of funny. We're in a space that's obsessed with trustless systems. But the reality is, people don't invest their time and energy in code. They invest in teams they can trust. It's all about their belief that you're going to show up, you're going to deliver on your promises, and you've got their back. And trust isn't about what you say, it's about what you do. You have to be radically transparent. Share the good news, for sure. But you also have to own your mistakes when things go wrong. It's non-negotiable. You have to consistently deliver. Just do what you say you're going to do, period. And finally, you gotta align your incentives. Make sure that when your community wins, you win too. It's really that simple.
Okay, so let's tie this all together now. The really important thing to get here is that these aren't three separate boxes you check off a list. No, they work together. They create this powerful growth engine, kind of like a flywheel. Once you get it spinning, it starts to power itself. Let me show you what I mean. First up, your narrative. This is what attracts people. It's the magnet that pulls them out of all the noise online and makes them pay attention to you. Then comes distribution. This is what spreads the message. It takes that initial spark from your narrative and turns it into a wildfire, pushing it through all the right communities. And finally, trust. This is what makes them stay. It's what turns a casual observer into a hardcore fan, a true believer who will stick with you through thick and thin. So you see, narrative attracts, distribution spreads, and trust makes them stay. So I'll leave you with this one big question to think about. Are you just shipping code, or are you trying to build a movement? Look, anyone can ship code. It's way, way harder to build something that people genuinely care about, but it's also a million times more powerful. When you focus on your narrative, your distribution, and your trust, you stop being just another project. You become something that matters. Now go build it.
Subscribe and visit Web3 Newswire for visibility and credibility of your Web3 projects.